In this video, we're going to talk about one of Africa's most intelligent and complex primates, the baboon. Welcome to The Explainer. We're kicking things off with a pretty staggering number, 91%. Yep, that's how much DNA you and I share with baboons. And honestly, that figure hints at a much deeper story, one that's full of complex social lives, surprising smarts, and behaviors you might find, well, surprisingly familiar. So let's get right into it. Who are baboons, really? Sure, we called in the world's largest monkeys, but that label, it doesn't even begin to cover it. That close genetic link we just talked about is just the start of their incredibly complex, intelligent, and almost human-like behaviors. Okay, first things first, let's get our terms straight. Baboons are mammals and primates, specifically what we call an old world monkey. All that really means is they're part of the group that evolved in Africa and Asia, which sets them apart from their cousins over in the Americas. And unlike those new world monkeys, which often have those cool prehensile tails they can use like a fifth hand, baboons spend most of their time on the ground. And baboon isn't just a one-size-fits-all term either. There are actually 5 distinct species, each with its own unique thing going on, from the super common olive baboon to the really striking Hamadryas baboon. And their adaptability is just incredible. I mean, you'll find them thriving all across sub-Saharan Africa and even into parts of Arabia. They live everywhere from wide open savannas and dense forests to be super steep rocky cliffs. Basically, as long as there's some food and a source of water, a baboon can make it home. Alright, so now we know who they are and where they live, let's dive into how they live. This next part is all about the life cycle of a baboon, everything from what's on the menu to how they raise their kids. So, what's for dinner if you're a baboon? The short answer is pretty much anything and everything. They are classic omnivores, what scientists call opportunistic eaters. So yeah, they'll forage for grasses, berries, and roots, but they will absolutely not pass up a chance to grab insects, fish, birds, or even the young of animals like gazelles. This super flexible diet is a huge reason why they're so successful. Their journey from a tiny baby to a full-grown adult is pretty well defined. In the wild, a baboon can live anywhere from 20 to 40 years. They start their life clinging to their mom for, sheer survival. Then, they spend their juvenile years just playing and learning all those crucial social skills. By the time they hit adolescence, they're ready to find their place in the troop's very demanding social world. Now, when it's time to make more baboons, the process involves some really clear signals and a serious long-term commitment. A female basically advertises that she's ready to mate with a very, very visible swollen red backside. And after a 6-month pregnancy, she gives birth to just one single baby, and she'll pour all her energy into that one infant for the next 1 to 3 years. But here's the thing, an individual baboon is basically nothing without its group. Their entire survival depends on figuring out how to navigate a super complex social world, a world of primate politics and power. Baboons live in these large organized groups we call troops, and it can have anywhere from 15 to over 200 members. A group that big has to have some kind of order, right? Which brings up the big question, who's in charge? And the answer is fascinating. It's not just about who's the strongest, it's about building alliances and trading favors. The alpha male gets to the top by making powerful friends and proving he's the best protector. He leads, he defends, and he gets to father most of the young. The female hierarchy, on the other hand, is way more stable. A female's rank is passed down directly from her mother, which creates the strong social core that takes care of all the babies. And the other males? They're constantly jockeying for position, either backing up the alpha or just waiting for their chance to take him down. This whole complex social life is absolutely essential for navigating a world that's, frankly, full of dangers. It also helps them form some pretty surprising friendships. Living out on the savannah means you've got to be on guard all the time. Big cats like leopards and predators like crocodiles are always a threat, but baboons have allies too. You'll often see them hanging out with animals like impala, and what they're doing is creating a mutual alarm system. A baboon's sharp eyesight and the impala's amazing sense of smell, if a classic you watch my back, I'll watch yours kind of deal. So, beyond their day-to-day survival, baboons have some truly fascinating traits. We're going to wrap things up with 5 quick facts that might just completely change how you see them. First up, some baboons have developed a taste for seafood. No, I'm serious. The chocolate baboons down in South Africa had actually learned to head to the beach at low tide to feast on mussels and limpets. Second, their communication is way more advanced than just a few grunts. Researchers have identified over 30 distinct vocalizations, everything from a specific bark that leans leopard to softer sounds they use for social bonding. Third, they have built-in grocery bags. Baboons have these amazing, stretchy cheek pouches that let them quickly gather up a bunch of food in a risky spot and then run to a safer place to actually eat it. Number 4, they are capable of what looks a lot like remarkable kindness. In this incredible act of what you could call altruism, scientists actually saw a troop of guinea baboons adopt a lost baby patas monkey, a totally different species, and raise it as if it were one of their own. And finally, a hidden talent you would never expect. Some baboons can swim. Olive baboons have been spotted taking a dip, not just to get across a river, but what looks like, well, just for the fun of it. Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.